Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly, and today we're going to do another art journal page. So I appreciate your comments and your messages yesterday over the page that we did. And yeah, so we're going to do a different kind of page today. I'm still working in my Gustav book, 2011 calendar. And I don't pay attention to the necessarily to how the pages are, but we're gonna work on dun, 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 dun. I think I can do this page. This is just a random page. It's gessoed. So that's what we're gonna do. And if you are new to my channel and you just found me by searching YouTube, or I came up and you guys decided to watch me, thank you very much. If you would like to subscribe, click that subscribe button down below, click that little bell next to it. You'll be notified when I upload. And welcome to our odd, crazy family here. So here's what we're going to do different today. We have this. It's gesso kind of, I don't know what's all over, but we're going to do marks first. So I have a Sharpie and that I just threw the lid across. I'm so magical. And all I'm going to do are just some marks. Nothing too crazy. I just like doing just some, do your little doodles. I'm not doing anything particularly exciting. Do you know what I mean? I just want some marks underneath. I don't know. I love V's. I don't know why. I think because you can make things from them and do different. Look, I have like a flower thing there. I don't know what that is. Anyway. But you can see underneath is my like page and a little bit of the markings. This is just going to be one stage. I also like to show you guys, maybe I'll just trace some of these little, well, it kind of looks like an elephant sticking those little head up. Hello, little elephant with his little mouth. With different things you can get from the dollar store, which you can get Sharpies. Sharpies are great to get to from the dollar store. You can also get notebooks, any kind of notebook you can use. Okay, so it's random. There's nothing you could do more, but the thing is I just want those marks, right? I don't necessarily want, you know, a pattern, I guess. So I'm going to take some yellow, and this is called Hansa Yellow Light. We'll shake it. And if you don't have paintbrushes, which like I said, you can get the Dollar Tree now. It's fantastic. Maybe you have this. Maybe you have a makeup sponge. So what I'm going to do is just do some drips. I'm going to wet my brush just a little bit. I'm not going to make it soaking wet. And the reason I'm going to do that is because, I mean, yellow for the most part is a little bit opaque unless you get, this is a fluid acrylic. So it's going to be a little lighter. So I want some of those showing through, and then you can have, now you guys know I love taking some paper towel, and you see how that lightens it up. So you definitely can do that. I cleaned a little bit so I could get some more paper towels yesterday. Go me. Okay. So what's fun is if you take some red, this is quinacridone. I just call it crack red. Don't ask. And we'll put a little bit here and a little bit here. I will take my brush again, and I'm just going to not soaking, sopping wet. You're going to get water, of course, but look. And what I like is if you can see it spreading, it's the gesso underneath. So I can keep it like this where I have that real strong red in the middle, and then it separates outside of it. But if I go like this, back and forth a few times, And if any of that, any of that yellows, look at that, we're making orange. So it's kind of hard for you to see with my light there. I'm gonna have to push that back. But yeah, you're getting some orange going. So right now we just have two colors, but we can make three. And if you want it a little bit more, you can, you know, dab off. I like to, and I didn't do it again today, and next time I will. I'll have to remember. I like having an extra piece of paper here, printer paper, watercolor paper, maybe a paper that, you know, you're getting ready to throw away, maybe another page on here. Let's see, so I can show you. She ain't getting nothing in here. But the point is to, so you see what I'm saying? Now I'm starting to do another page. This is just some numbers on this page, not a big deal. But, I mean, I'm starting there. So I'm going to keep my hand there for the minute. I'm going to put a little bit more water and get out the rest of that. And you know what? I'm going to pat. And what I like about using paper towels, it could be a towel, regular wash, like I have old wash rags and towels I get from the dollar store, you know, to use, but you get texture. And I'll show you. And I'm going to do it on here too. And this helps it dry faster. So if you don't have a heat gun or a hair dryer, but you see how those texture you get? And I love that. So you can see we still have these black marks. Maybe you want, I don't want it to seal. Maybe you want it to be a darker color. So I have, this is from Plaid. It's flexible acrylic paint. It's for, like, if you're doing cosplay, or I'm going to use it on some dolls and stuff like that for clothes, but irrelevant. This is what is it called? This is Nuclear Neon. And who doesn't want some neon? This is flexible, non-cracking, non-peeling, no-tack, durable paint with a bright neon finish and glows brightly under black light. So, you know, I use paint, whatever it is, for everything. I don't necessarily only use it for, you know, what everybody says you should or what it's required for, because I want to have, I want to have more bang for my buck. I want to go spend money, and I want it to be, you know, for me to be able to use it, right? Isn't that what we all want? So I'm going to try to get it. Very lightly dip in there. I'm trying to get on the white. Now my brush I probably should grab a different brush, just because I think the colors are mixing a little bit more than I want them to. So we'll go in with this neon blue here. I'm going to go over some of those. Get some of that white. Maybe do that blue in there. And what's cool, again, is we have color mixing. So look what happens when I really mix this onto that yellow, which I'll show you in a second. You get a green. It's kind of hard to see on there, but you get a green. So why isn't it coming up? That's weird that is not coming up green on the, because it's green in my life here. That's weird. Very weird. What other color do I want to try? Just a little bit of blue. No big deal. You'll see what we're going to do. I know it looks a mess right now, but don't worry about it. And this is called Armor Metallic in the flexible acrylic paints. And I'm going to shake it up. Hear that? I love playing with all these things. I really do. Do you ever go to, now you can do this at the dollar store. You can do it at any store. I hate wasting, so I'm like one of them cheap I love to go to the art store, right? Whether it be Michael's, I see more closed, Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joann's or whatever you have. Walmart has them, craft sections. I think Target does too. I love going there because I love to go into the clearance sections. And that is like a tip I'm going to give you today. If you're not somebody who normally does that, go to your local craft store. Take yourself 10 bucks. Take yourself, say I have 15 extra bucks this week. Go to the clearance section. I'm going to show you guys a few things this week. Now, some of these things I've already shown on my channel, but I know a lot of you write me and say, hey, I'm new to your channel, but going through all your other videos is so hard and da da da. So I'm going to update a few of the videos. And I'm going to show you, that you can go and get a piece of scrapbook paper on sale and what you can do. Just different things that you go to that clearance section and pick maybe colors that you're not really digging or that you don't think you'll use on a regular. But what we can do with them, and if you can go and get yourself a paint for $1 on clearance, sometimes 75 cents. I mean, come on, use it. Don't think to yourself like, oh, because we all are tight on money. And I don't care what brand you buy or whatever, whether it's Golden, whether it's Plaid, whether it's whatever. We all like to save our coin. And art supplies are so expensive sometimes, especially as new stuff comes out. So maybe you can't afford it when it first comes out, but go check those clearance sections. Papers and sticker. I mean, just do it. Do yourself a favor and take 10 bucks and say, hey, this 10 bucks I'm spending on me this week or me this month or whatever. You'll be surprised what you can find. And like I said, you're not going in to find Tim Holtz's new stuff, but you'll be able to, I'm just kind of smoothing this out. It'll help it dry. And I'm going to do that on this blue here. It'll help it dry and just get a little bit more coverage. I don't care those lines. Those don't bother me. Oh, I really like that copper. I might have to use that in some pouring. I'm obsessed with pouring. Obsessed. I do love me a pour. Now this, I've been very excited to use. So this will go on top of something I do. But this is called high voltage glitter. It's holographic. So I'm going to turn it upside down. I'll open it later just to show you what it's like. But all right, now look at this. What a mess. What? Are you saying that's a mess? Yeah. But guess what? I don't care. This the pile there. Might hear my dogs argue, and I'm sorry. Okay, now I'm not going to be too worried about drawing this completely. Remember, this is going to be a background page. And you look at it and you say, girl, it's a mess. What do you mean it's going to be a background page? Now remember, this could be for an ATC card, an art journal page, a canvas. It does not matter. But this is one of my favorite things to do. All right, I got some gesso, whatever you want to call it. You can use white paint. You can use pink paint. You can use green. I don't care what kind of paint you use. Use whatever color you want. Maybe you don't want white. I'm using white just to show you this, but another page coming out, I'll probably use another color. It's just for you to understand what I'm doing. So you see this. I have different colors. I have different, oh, that dries so nice. Different, things going on. So I'm going to just do a ploop. Very simple. I'm going to take this. I'm going to rinse her. Rinse it. Not too worried everything's out of it, but I want it to be wet. I'm going to just touch it to get a lot of the water out. And I'm going in. Now, I want this to cover, but not really cover. So you can see that's stage one. Do I want it a little bit more? Well, what I like to do is let it dry a little bit, get a lot of that water, going around. Now you can put your paper towel or a rag or whatever on it at this point, but I'm not going to dry it the whole way. But what it's going to do is push that back. Now the question is, do I want that pushed back even more? Yes, I do. So I'm just going to do this. And we'll just do some dabs for Ange. Okay, and then we'll do a little bit more. I like gesso because I'm going to work on top of this, right? Let's do like this. I'm going to work on top. So, because this is going to be a background page. So the gesso has a little bit of grit in it. Now, I could tell you a million things. I have a recipe. I have a, and I'm not adding any more water, a video a few back where I made texture paste. And that bad boy is right there. And I'm going to use that coming up. But I use it quite a bit. And it's nothing more than baby powder or baking soda, some Mod Podge, white school glue if you have it, white paint. And that's basically it. I'll link it down below and at the end of this video. But, you know, making stuff at home is a lot of fun. And like I said, the texture paste, you can take, to make your own gesso, take some, that's my point, white paint, whatever color you have that you want to do it with. Take a little bit of baking soda, just a little bit. Take a little bit of, maybe you have some sand, you know, something that's going to add that little bit of grit. And when you put it over this, it helps you when you go to paint over it. But do you see how everything is being pushed back? And I'm going to blow dry one more time, or dry it. I say blow it dry like I'm blowing my hair. But I'll show you. And then I'm going to do one more coat, I think. I like to do it. I used to do it like plain old, like we are wiping it out. And then, but I like doing it in stages now because I'm going to tell you, I love this down here. Up here needs a little bit more. So I'm going to leave that. So I went, oh my God, Kel, I hit the button. I'm so sorry. So just, I want these piles here to stick, right? I want those to stay. Thank you for all of you that watched my husband's video yesterday. I appreciate it. And those of you who have not, maybe if you would like to go watch it, I'll link it at the end of this video. I do appreciate it. He loves doing art, and I love what he did. Okay, so now let me show you. Look at this. See this? How I love this bottom. This is a little bit too bright yet. So what does that mean? I turned it around, so I'm going to push it towards me, and then we're going to push it real good. And then I'm just going to put like that. No more water on my brush than I already have. Watch. See how white that is? That's what I used to do. Now you can see underneath, you can still see the colors in the white. You can see how much. Now, do I want to keep it like that? That, you know, opaque? So I'm going to take a paper towel and let's just randomly give a quick push. And look at that. And you can see, and I'll hold it up to you, you're getting texture from the paper towel as well. Now I see there's a line here, and I don't necessarily want that. So I'm going to turn this. And we're just going to do a little dab, will do ya. That's it. If you see some, you know, parts where you're like, oh, that might be a little too opaque for me. just go in with your paper towel. Oh, my dogs are going to start fighting now. Good thing I'm almost done, right? Okay, so there. And that just pushes that black back a little bit. Now, something that I do like to do, and you can see I can even go even more if I wanted, but I'm not. I'm going to stay here. You can write little words, love, breathe, whatever. They don't have to be these lines. These lines are more to show you about adding different things to the background. They don't have to be black. They could be whatever color you have. These are just basics. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's see. This is a little too black here for me. So I can go back in, leave the color showing, and now we can edit a little bit more. And it pushes it back even more, but you can still see it. And that is what I love, is now as we build on top, you're still going to have those peeping in the back, and those just become your layers. And we can make drips. I mean, you can make it drip if you want. I'll show you. I want to keep the drips light, so I'm going to use a little bit of yellow. I can use the gesso right on, you know, with no water, but I'm going to leave those dry for a second. All right, so now I can take some yellow. I'll just squirt a little bit there. I'll use my brush. It's wet. I'm going to go in. And because it's transparent, I might have watered it a little too much, but we'll see. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take a little bit of water on my brush and just touch it. And look what happens. Which I never can get enough drips. I'm going to not lie to you there. And you get these drips, and you can let them go whatever way you want. And now we're just adding another element to the background. And because there's water, it dries very fast. I mean, the acrylic paint dries fast anyway. Okay. And once that's dry, we're ready to work on top of it. And we have another page to work on top of. Now remember, this is just your background. This is so I don't turn to a blank page. This is like on days where I'm, you know, maybe having not the best day or whatever. I can go and I'm like, okay, I can work on top of this. Now I can stamp, or I can stencil, or I can do whatever I want to do, and I have a background to start with. So that's what I love. And I don't have to do it coming this way. I can turn it and do it this way. I can do it this way. It doesn't matter. But I have somewhere to start. And that's what I love. That's why I love doing background pages. So let me know what you guys think. And again, if you guys do these background pages, please tag me. Let me know. Maybe if you do videos and you want to show me your background video, put the link down below in the bottom in the comments, and I would love to see what you guys do. So I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so very much. Thank you so much for watching. Again, subscribe if you are not. I'd appreciate it. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.